Okay, so today we will discuss a few important limits and the ratio test. But before this, let us start with the previous thing. We were discussing about the monotonic sequence. There are two types of monotonic sequence. One is that non-decreasing sequence, and the other one is the non-increasing sequence. And when this non-increasing, all non-decreasing sequence are bounded, say in increasing sequence or non-decreasing sequence which are bounded above, or the non-increasing sequence which is bounded below, then such a sequence, monotonic sequence, will always be convergent. And I think the proof is very simple. We can use it with the help of our curves, rational curve. That is, the result is every bounded monotonic sequence of real numbers is convergent. So, we will use this result. The proof is just based on this. To show the proof of this, we will develop the two class defined or construct L and R classes as follows. L means lower class and R is the upper class. So, the number x is put in the class. So, L is the set of those reals such that x is less than a n from and after some for all n greater than equal to say n naught. After certain stage we are taking, and R is the set of those real numbers such that x n is greater than a n for all values of n. We are taking this. So, let a n be a sequence which is a where sequence a n is a monotone sequence, okay, monotone sequence which is bounded above, bounded below. So, when you take this, we are getting this in number ans. So, whatever a1, a2, ans, these are the numbers like this. So, set of those real numbers which are less than an for n greater than n naught. It means these are the points which are less than and so on, and the set of those real numbers which are greater than ans will be put in the upper class lower. Okay. So, it will converge from here. Okay, it will converge to x lower limit, it will go to the upper, ans will be bounded by x. So, we get the
it is for all n,
not for all n, for all n. Okay. It means after certain say all the terms are x is greater than all n's. Okay. So, those real numbers are there. So, it means lower class may have some greatest upper least number, but greatest upper bound, but this cannot have, this may not have it the least number like this. So, this way. So, if you take the n's to be bounded sequence, if sequence n is bounded above say monotone sequence which is bounded above, it means a1 is less than a2 less than or equal to non decreasing sequence which is bounded by say k for each n. So, limit of a n as n will be less than or equal to k like this. Similarly, if it is of this type and each term is greater than or equal to k, then the limit of this a n's as n will be greater than or equal to small k. All the terms will be like, so it will be bounded. So, it means every bounded monotone sequence of real number is a convergent sequence. So, using this here we will derive few, we will discuss some limits which are useful in. So, let us see the some limits. Okay. The first one very simple is if suppose ans is a sequence which is n to the power p, a sequence of real number where p is a positive or negative rational numbers, then limit of this sequence an as n tends to infinity will be, if p is positive, the limit will come out to be plus infinity, is it not? That is because as n increases, it unbounded sequence, and so it is plus infinity. When p is negative, then the limit will come out to be 0, it will tends to 0. Okay. So, when p is this and less than 0, we are getting them, and when p is 0, then the limit will come out to be 1. So, it is simple, that it is nothing to prove, just then another sequence, suppose an is x to the power p, where x is any real number. X is any real number, x to the power n, so let it be n, okay, x to the power n, clear, that is ans x to the power n given. Now, this n will go to plus infinity if x is greater than 1, because x is greater than 1, each term of the sequence is greater than 1, and in fact, it keeps on increasing. So, increases to infinity. So, then and when it x lying between minus 1 and plus 1, it means mod of x is strictly less than 1, that is mod of x is strictly less than 1, absolute value of this is less than 1, then in that case this sequence will keep on decreasing and decreases to 0, and when x is equal to 1, the limit is tending to 1. What happened to that when x is strictly less than minus 1? When x is strictly less than minus 1, or when x is equal to 1 minus 1. When x is equal to minus 1, it is basically of the form minus 1 to the power n. So, this is an oscillatory finite series, oscillatory finite, because the limit will it will go to plus 1 minus 1 like this. So, mod of this thing is bounded, but if an x is strictly less than minus 2, then it is a oscillatory infinite, is it not? It will go oscillatory infinite, plus infinity minus infinity it will go. So, we get this. Okay. Then third limits, if ans be suppose x to the power 1 by n, where x is positive, Now, when x is positive and n is any integer, then what happens that when x is greater than 1, each term of the sequence is greater than 1. So, when x is greater than 1, the terms of the sequence, sequences, that is 1 x, x to the power half, x to the power 1/3 and so on. These are satisfying this point, x is greater than this, x to the power half is greater than this, is greater than this, and all the terms are greater than 1. It means it is a monotonic decreasing sequence bounded below, is it not? So, it is a a monotonic decreasing, strictly decreasing sequence which is bounded below. Monotonic decreasing sequence bounded below. So, it must have some limit, because every bounded sequence is limit. So, it will have the limit, it will have some limit, say L, and this limit, therefore, L will be either greater than or equal to 1. L will be either greater than 1 or equal to 1. Suppose L is strictly greater than 1. Suppose we say, okay, then what happens this? That is x to the power 1 by n, limit of this x to the power 1 by n, this limit as n tends to infinity tends to L, which is greater than 1. So, that is only possible when x to the power 1 by n should be strictly greater than 1 for all n. Okay. Now, this shows that x must be greater than L to the power n, is it not? Limit x to the, and this is true for all x, but when L is greater than 1, then this is not true for all x. This should be true for all x, which gives a contradiction. Why contradiction? Because for given x, one can find n naught such that x will be strictly less than L to the power n for n greater than n naught, because this keeps on increasing. Right hand side is keeps on increasing, but the left hand side is fixed. Once you choose the x, left hand side is fixed, and what we are saying that if limit of this is suppose L, which is strictly greater than 1, it means for large values of n, or when x, what is the behavior of x? X will be exceeding L to the power n, is it not? It will be greater than L to, then it will goes on decreasing and decreases, say something like that. But here is leads to a contradiction. Once you fix up the x, and since L is greater than 1, so when n is sufficiently large, this will keep on increasing. So, a number n naught can be obtained, so that x can be made as it can be made less than the term L to the power 1 after a certain stage, and its contradiction is because of a wrong assumption that L is greater than 1. Therefore, L must be equal to 1. Is this clear? So, what we conclude is that limit of this, therefore, limit of x to the power 1 by n when n is sufficiently large is 1 when x is greater than 1, for x greater than 1. Okay. And for x equal to 1 already true, for x equal to 1 also it is true. So, let us now if x is strictly less than 1, is it not, then x we are choosing positive. Remember, this is x is a positive. So, we cannot choose the minus or something, x is positive greater than 0. So, if 0 less than x less than this, then what happens to this? L limit is there, is it not? So, we can get a contradiction here again, because x is less than 1, and we are choosing the limit L, because if x is less than 1, what is the behavior of this sequence? Yeah, if x is less than 1, the terms of this sequence will be what? It keeps on increasing. This keeps on increasing, is it not? So, then x is less than x raised to the power half, less than x to the power, and so on, if x is less than 1. Okay? X is less than 1. So, what happen is
increasing function now.
increasing function of this. Okay? And then what if when x is equal to 1, but it is always be less than 1 and less than 1. So, when you take the limit of this x raised to the power 1 by n is suppose capital L, which is less than or equal to 1.
That will be equal to 1.
But again contradiction, if L is strictly less than 1, we get a contradiction in a similar way. In similar way, therefore, L must be 1. So, what we conclude is that limit of this, therefore, limit of x to the power 1 by n when n is tends to 1 is always 1 for x greater than 0. X negative is not defined. So, that is why we are not choosing, because x negative the roots are not reals. So, we cannot get it. So, this is one. Now, if we take this is our fourth problem, limits. Suppose we take a n to be n raised to the power 1 by n. Now, we claim that limit of this sequence is we claim that limit of this a n as n tends to infinity is 1. As n is sufficiently large, this basically tends to like this. Okay? So, how to justify limit to be 1? So, first what we will show that this sequence is a monotonic sequence. Okay? If we prove it is a monotonic decreasing or increasing, okay, if increasing bounded above, it is decreasing, then it is bounded below, then it limit will exist. So, first is we claim this further the sequence n to the power 1 by n is a monotone decreasing sequence, is a monotone decreasing sequence. Monotone decreasing sequence. Why? This is our claim, because suppose it is true, then n plus 1 to the power 1 by n, because suppose it is true, suppose it hold, then it means that is this is should be less than n to the power 1 by n. As n increases, it decreases. So, we claim that this is a decreasing sequence, monotone decreasing.
Sir, n plus 1 whole to the power 1.
N plus 1, n plus 1 exactly. So, we are getting this. So, what we get is n plus 1 to the power n is less than n to the power n plus 1. Okay. Now, this is equal to, when you divide by n, then we get 1 plus 1 by n to the power n is less than n, is less than n. Now, this is true, this is true for n greater than or equal to 3. As n is sufficiently large, for n is equal to 1 and 2, it will not be true, but when n is greater than or equal to 3, it holds. The reason is because 1 plus 1 by n to the power n, apply the binomial expansion. So, 1 plus n x plus n minus 1 over factorial 2 and plus n minus 1 n minus 2 over factorial 3 like this. So, suppose I apply the factorial, then what will be this say last term up to n term, then we get 1 by n to the power n. Clear? Just like 1 plus n x plus n minus 1 and so on. Okay? Just binomial. Okay. Now, this will be equal to what? 1 plus 1 plus 1 by n square will also come, n minus 1 factor 2 into x square. So, 1 by x square, this is 1 by n cube and so on. So, n gets cancelled, we get 1 minus 1 by n by factorial 2, then 1 by factorial 3, 1 minus n minus 1, 1 minus 1 by n, 1 minus 2 by n, and like this up to so on. Okay. Now, you see this each term is positive, each term is positive. So, the sequence 1 plus 1 by n to the power n is a monotonic increasing sequence. Of reals, because when n increases, the terms increases here. So, and this is positive, this is positive. So, you are adding some positive terms here again. So, it is a monotonic increasing sequence. Further, this sequence for all n, this at least greater than 2, because these are positive things. Okay. But this sequence further 1 plus 1 by n to the power n is strictly less than 1 plus 1 plus 1 by factorial 2, 1 by factorial 3 plus 1 by factorial n, is it not? That will be, and this is last term n to the, okay, clear, that will be factorial n. So, this one, now this will be further less than or this is further less than 1 plus 1 plus 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4 and so on, 1 by 2 square, 1 by 2 cube and so on like this. So, it is 1 by 2 to the power n minus 1, 1 by 2 to the power n minus 1, because factorial 2 is equal to 2 basically. Okay. So, so first term is addition, factorial 3 is greater than 2 square. So, 1 by factorial 3 is less than 2 square, 1 by factorial 4 is less than 1 by 2 cube, 1 by factorial n less than 2 to the power n minus 1. Now, this is a geometric series. So, what is the sum of this geometric series is 3 less than a over 1 minus. So, it is less than 3. Okay. Is it okay? 1. So, this it means this is a monotonic increasing sequence of real number which is dominated by 3, bounded by 3. So, it must be a convergent sequence, and limit of this cannot exceed by 3 and will always be strictly greater than 2, at the most it may be 3. So, limit of this n, so limit of this, so sequence 1 plus 1 by n to the power n will have limit lying between 2 and 3. Okay. And in fact, we denote its limit by E, and it was shown later, it will be shown that limit of this as n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by n to the power 1 E, where E lies between 2 and 3, and it is irrational number 2.7 something like that. So, this will be the limit. Now, here we are discussing about this part. We are, it is given the n to the power 1, we are interested in finding the limit of this. Now, what we claim, this sequence is a monotonic decreasing sequence, which is already proved. When n is sufficiently large, greater, this is a monotonic decreasing sequence. Monotonic, but each term of this sequence is greater than 1 or equal to 1, because n is 1. So, it is a monotonic decreasing sequence, is it not? And each term is greater than or equal to 1. So, now, since n to the power 1 by n is a monotonic decreasing monotonic sorry, it is a monotonic, yeah, this sequence is monotonic in decreasing, is it not? Decreasing sequence, which is bounded below by 1, is it not? Because n to the power 1 by n is greater than equal to 1, at least for when n is equal to 1 you get 1, okay? N is 1, you get 1, 2 it is greater than 1, is it not? So, it is monotonic decreasing sequence. After 3 it is there, is it not? N to the power 1 by n, because this is 2 for n is greater than equal to 3. So, after 3 this is decreasing sequence, but all the terms will definitely greater than 1. Did you get me or not? But you cannot say when n is equal to 1 and 2. You cannot say that n is equal to 1, but rather than n equal to 2, it is greater than 1. When n equal to 3 onward, it decreases. For n is equal to 1 and 2, it increases, clear, but when n is 3 onward, it decreases. So, it is just like this, it goes like this and then decreases. Okay. So, this is 1, this is 1, and here is something 2 to the power under root, and then it keeps on decreasing and decreases to basically again 1, like this. Okay. So, this is a, therefore, the limit of this sequence a n, when you say limit of n exists and we get the limit to be 1, limit of n to the power 1 by n when n tends to is L. Okay. We get limit. Now, this limit is greater than or equal to 1. Is it okay? Now, we claim L cannot be greater than 1. Now, if L is greater than 1, then again we lead a contradiction, then we get a contradiction. Why? Because n is greater than L to the power n. L is greater than 1, so not possible. Not possible for n greater than equal to 3. Okay? 3 cannot be greater than some number power 3. Okay? So, that will be more. Suppose L is equal to 2, then what happens? 3 cannot be greater than 2 to the power 3. So, it is contrary. Therefore, L must be 1. So, limit of this n to the power 1 by n over n is 1. Okay? That is also interesting limit. Then another limit is a n's are, suppose we have a sequence which in the form of say series 1 plus 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by n. First n terms of this series, some series there, first n terms is denoted by n. Now, limit of this a n's, when you take the limit of this n, we say it will not exist. Limit of a n's when n tends to will be plus infinity. This is to be proved. Okay. Limit of this will be 2. Now, how to show this part? Again we will justify it by our, what is our A4? A4 is 1 plus half, 1/3, 1/4. Okay. Now, this will be greater than 1 plus half plus 1/4 plus 1/4, that is equal to 1 plus half plus half, that is equal to 2. 1/3 is greater than 1 by 4, is it not? So, this is then A8 will be 1 by 8. Now, this is greater than 1, this part 2 plus first 4, 1 plus half, 1 by 4, 1 by 4. Okay. And then 1 by 5 onward you write 1 by 8. 1 by 8. So, what happen is this is get equal to what? 2 plus 4 by 8. 4 by 8 means half, that is equal to 5 by 2. So, increasing.
5 by 2.
Okay. It means this is a square, this is a2 cube. Okay. So, if we take a 16, that is a 2 to the power 4, then we get this is equal to 1 plus half plus 1 by 16. It is greater than 5 by 2 plus 1 by 16, 1 by 16 up to 1 by 16, means up to here 8 terms, and then this 8 terms. So, it is equal to 5 by 2 plus half, that is 3. Okay. So, like this, and continue this process, then what we get it that there is if I take a to the power 2m, then we can say that this number is greater than 2 plus half m minus 2, that is equal to half m plus 2. We satisfy this condition. You just see m is here 2. So, this can be written as 2 plus 2 minus 2 0. So, this is satisfied. M is equal to 3. So, 3 minus 2 half, this is satisfied. M equal to 4. So, this will be 4 minus 2 by 2, that is 3, and continue. So, what we say is that this sequence keeps on increasing. So, the sequence ANs is an increasing sequence.
And there is no bound.
Increasing, which is unbounded. So, the limit of this sequence an as n tends to infinity, it tends to plus infinity. This is known as the harmonic series. Basically, this will be known as the harmonic series. Now, next is suppose we have a sequence an is 1 minus half plus 1/3 minus 1 by 4 and so on, plus minus 1 to the power n minus 1 by n. Alternate positive negative terms. We claim the series this sequence converges. Alternate positive negative terms, this will converge. How? A to n even number terms. This is 1 minus half plus 1/3 minus 1/4 and so on, and last term is n is even. N is even, so n minus 1 becomes odd. So, you minus 1 by 2 n. Okay. Now, this we can write it like this: 1 minus half plus 1/3 minus 1/4 and then plus 1 by 2 n minus 1.
First term is 1 minus half.
1 minus. Combine this because these are even numbers, so we can make the pair. Now, each one is positive. Each one is positive. 1 minus. So, the sequence of even terms, sum of the even terms comes out to be greater than 0. Okay? Is it okay? And then this can also be written like this: 1 minus half minus 1/3 minus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 5 and so on, and last term will be 1 by 2 n. Now, these terms are positive, this is positive. So, you are subtracting a positive quantity from 1. So, it will be strictly less than 1. Is it not? It means the sequence A to n when n is even, n when n is even is a sequence of positive terms and upper bounded is 1. And not only this, it is an increasing sequence, monotonic increasing, because when n increases, suppose 2 n plus 2, one more term will come here, which becomes positive. So, this shows the sequence A to n is a monotonic increasing sequence which is bounded above by 1, which is bounded above by 1. Is it not? Now, if I take the odd sequence, so it must be convergent. So, it should be convergent. and once it is convergent, the limit it must send to a limit. So, we get a limit. Okay. Achha. Now, take the a odd terms. Now, if you go for the odd terms a 2n plus 1, then what we get from here? 1 minus half minus 1/3 minus 1/4 minus 1/5 and so on, and then we get minus 2n minus something like 2n plus 1 odd terms. Now, again these are positive quantity. Okay. So, it will be less than 1. As n increases, it keeps on decreasing. No, keeps on decreasing. So, it is a decreases as n increases. So, sequence a 2 plus 1 is a monotonic decreasing sequence, because as increasing means you are subtracting something, is decreasing sequence. And then what about this? Each term is positive, because n's a to n, these are all the terms which are greater than this less than 1, and this is positive quantity which you are subtracting, is it not? So, why it is positive? Monotonic decreasing sequence which is greater than 0. Why? Because monotonic decreasing is okay when n increases the term, because if I take 1 minus half, 1/3 minus 1/4 like this, then what happened to this? Last term will be what? Last term will be 1 by 2n plus 1, because when n is odd, this term will be positive. So, last term will be this is positive. So, it means this sequence is greater than 0. So, a sequence is a monotonic decreasing sequence whose lower bound is greater than 0. So, limit exists. So, it will be convergent sequence. It will be convergent sequence. Is it not? It will be convergent sequence. Okay. So, the sequence with the even number of terms is a convergent sequence. Sequence with the odd number of terms is also convergent. Then whether this will give the same limit or not, because one may go some other limit or may get other limit, but mod a n 2n plus 1 minus a n, what is this? A 2n plus 1 minus a 2n. If I find out this difference, then this difference comes out to be what? A 2n will be this term, a 2n plus 1 will be up to here. So, only this term will be left out, 1 by 2n plus 1. And now, this goes to 0 as n is sufficiently large. It means both these sequence are basically identical sequence. So, this implies the limit of a 2n plus 1 over n will be the same as the limit of a 2n over n. Okay? Limit of this and limit. It will exist, limit will exist and lying between 0 and 1. Okay? This limit, the limit of this sequence, limit of this 1 minus half plus 1/3 minus so and so forth plus minus 1 to the power n minus 1 to the power n, as n tends to infinity is denoted by log of 2 to the base e. Okay? This we denote by. In fact, it will be proved to be log 2. So, this limit exists. Then that is all. Now, let us come to some test is there, okay, which is important also for ratio test. So, okay. Sometimes let us one more example let us take, and then what ratio test is okay. Ratio test. Now, so far what we have seen is a given sequence is given, then by hook and crook, by some other means, we before getting the limit, we wanted to make sure the limit exists or limit does not exist. Then what we do is we try to justify or try to find out whether the sequence is a monotonic sequence or monotonic increasing bounded or monotonic decreasing bounded below, then we say limit will exist. But if the sequence is monotonic increasing and unbounded, then limit will be plus infinity and like the minus infinity. So, basically we are trying to get the limit by using our tricks thing, but the sequence it may be very complicated terms. So, once it is a very complicated term, this type of trick may not help you much, it will be time consuming. So, without going through this process, can you just identify whether the given sequence is a convergent sequence or diverging sequence, and that for that we require certain test. So, those tests, one of the test is the ratio test. There are others also, but we stick only for the ratio test. So, first ratio test is if the sequence n, if n is positive, means term of the sequence is positive, and the limit of this ratio and the limit of a n plus 1 y n as n tends to infinity is L, where L is greater than 1, then the sequence n will diverge and the limit will be plus infinity. So, you need not to go through anything, just you find the ratio of this and take the limit as n is sufficiently large. If the limit comes out to be L, which is greater than 1, then it will diverge, otherwise it will converge. Okay. So, let us see the proof of this. Okay. What is given is given limit of this sequence n plus 1 y n over n is L. So, by definition the n plus 1 y n will lie between L minus epsilon L plus epsilon for n greater than equal to n naught, is it not? When limit means n for a given epsilon. So, for given epsilon greater than 0, there exists n naught such that mod of this thing, mod of n plus 1 by n minus L is less than epsilon for n greater than n naught, is it not? So, there exists some n naught depending on epsilon. It means the term this thing lies between L minus epsilon L plus epsilon. Okay. So, this shows that a n plus 1 by n is greater than L minus epsilon for n greater than equal to n naught. Okay. Now, given L is greater than 1, it is given L is greater than 1. Can you not choose epsilon such that L minus epsilon is also greater than 1? There is a gap, this is 1, this is L. So, L is strictly greater than 1. I choose epsilon in such a way, so that the L minus epsilon is also greater than 1. Okay. So, from here we get that a n plus 1 is greater than L minus epsilon into a n, which is greater than 1. Now, this is true for all n greater than equal to n naught. Okay. So, suppose I start with this n, it is greater than L minus epsilon into L minus epsilon a n minus 1, is it not? Because n substitute n is equal to n minus 1, then again greater than like this. So, what happened? This will be L minus epsilon up to say term n minus this thing, is it not? Total term is n naught. So, n minus n naught, if I just write, then we get n minus n naught into a n naught. Keep on just substituting the value, means a n minus 1 replaced by a n minus 2, a n minus 2 replaced by a n up to a n minus naught, up to a n minus n naught. So, n minus n naught comes here and this comes out to a naught. Now, this is greater than 1. Okay. Now, this can be written as what? Can you say this is equal to L to the power n into a constant term, say a, L minus epsilon, sorry, I will just write, this is equal to L minus epsilon to the power n into a constant terms A, where what is A? A is equal to what? A n naught divided by L minus epsilon n naught, because L is fixed, epsilon is also fixed. So, L minus epsilon is fixed, n naught is fixed. So, this is a fixed value. So, A n naught is fixed. So, A is fixed. Now, once A is fixed and this I am taking L minus n. So, as n tends to infinity, what happened? This keeps on increasing. So, this limit will go to plus infinity, because this is greater than, because L minus epsilon is strictly greater than 1. So, this limit goes to increasing this. Okay. So, if L is greater than 1, this sequence will diverge. Now, second test says second part of this. The second part says that if this is less than 1, if this limit, if limit of this as n tends to infinity, a n plus 1 y n, this limit is L, where L lies between minus 1 and plus 1, minus 1 and plus 1, then the limit of this sequence a n as n tends to infinity will be 0. Yes, limit n will be 0. Okay. This we want to. Again, the proof will be on the parallel lines, but what we will do it here is, instead of taking this side, now we will take this side. Okay. I will take this side, and because L lying between minus 1 to plus 1, so I will use the mod L here. Okay. So, followed on the similar pattern, the proof is on the previous line, on the same lines as used previously. Okay. We can say that a n plus 1 by a n, this thing is mod of this is less than mod L plus epsilon, okay, for n greater than equal to n naught, where choose epsilon greater than 0, such that mod L plus epsilon is strictly less than 1. Okay. Clear? And then from here what we will do? This shows that mod a n plus 1 is less than some number k. This is number k, is it not? K, and then mod of a n. Now, this will be keep on increasing like this, and finally, what we get? This is to get less than a times k to the power n for n large, is it not? N naught for n, where a is equal to what? A is nothing but mod a naught divided by k n naught, just like previous. So, I am not doing now. K is less than 1, this k is less than 1. So, as n tends to infinity, this limit a n goes to 0, because k is less than 1. So, this shows limit will be 0. Okay. So, a n's limit will go to 0. Now, what happens to that if suppose I take, because here in the ratio test I have taken this condition, if n's are positive, then this happens. L ratio of this is L greater than 1, sequence will diverge. When L lying between minus 1 to plus 1, the sequence will rise. In fact, when n is positive, this L, this ratio of this part n over n plus 1, we will always get the positive terms. Okay. Now, if L, the terms are negatives, then if they are having the same sign, then I can remove the sign and get the results. But if the terms are alternately positive negatives, then in that case we have to see the other results, because this result is not true for n's to be the negatives. Okay. Ratio test is always applicable when the sequence is having the same sign. So, I can remove the sign and apply, because the behavior of the sequence, convergence or divergence of behavior of the sequence does not depend on the sign of the sequence, because if all the terms are the positive sign or if all the terms are negative sign, then both will sequence will behave properly same way, because if the first sequence diverges, other will diverge. Only thing is one will go to plus infinity, this will go to minus infinity. If one first sequence converges, limit converges to a, another sequence will converge to the limit minus a. But the mixed type of the terms will not help you. This ratio test may not be used, applicable, will not help both sequence when the terms are alternately positive, negative and so on. So, all the terms should be there. So, that is the one reason. So, I think this we will just stop it, and then we will see how this result can be used to compute the complicated limits. The complicated limits, how does this follows. Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks. Okay.